pinamata sa bahay na. Gagawin nila sa petrol. Pag tumaas yung tubig.
Philippines, July 24, 2024. Incessant rain lashed the northern Philippines today, triggering flooding in Manila and landslides in mountainous regions as Typhoon Carina worsened the seasonal monsoon. In the densely populated capital, rescue workers were deployed across the city to help evacuate people from homes in low-lying areas after heavy rain caused roads to turn into rivers. Government offices were closed and schools were suspended, while more than 70 domestic and international flights were cancelled due to the weather. Typhoon Carina, which hit the Philippines, is heading for Taiwan and has worsened this year's southwest monsoon rains, the country's weather forecaster said. Normally the peak of the rainy season is from July to August. And there happens to be a typhoon in the eastern waters of the Philippines that enhances the southwest monsoon, said a senior meteorologist, Glyza Esculler. Esculler added, more than 200 millimeters of rain fell in the Philippine capital in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, several landslides claimed the lives of a pregnant woman and 3 children in Batangas province, south of Manila. It also blocked 3 main roads in the mountainous province of Benguet, police and disaster officials said today. It brought the death toll from heavy rain across the Philippines in the past 2 weeks to at least 12, as tens of thousands took shelter in flood evacuation centers. Footage shows people attempting to walk through the flooding in Manila, whilst others tried to drive and even swim to their destination. The flooding was so severe that foreign exchange markets, schools, and government offices were all closed. Although Typhoon Carina did not make landfall, it is enhancing a southwesterly monsoon which is causing heavy rain across the island nation. The Coast Guard said just over 350 passengers and 30 vessels had been stranded in ports near the capital, and Manila's airport said airlines had begun to cancel flights. Close to 125,000 people have lost power amid the onslaught of Typhoon Carina. Power distributor Meralco said some 124,679 customers have been affected by the loss of electricity amid the inclement weather. More than 96,000 of these customers are from Metro Manila, while the rest are in Cavite, Rizal, Bulacan, Batangas, Laguna, and Quezon. Meralco spokesman Joe Zaldariaga said their linemen have to wait for the flood to subside before they can restore electricity. Several malls on Wednesday announced that they are offering free overnight parking, Wi-Fi, and phone charging to nearby residents who may need a place to shelter amid heavy rains and widespread flooding caused by Typhoon Carina and the southwest monsoon. Traffic builds up along NLEX Valenzuela as floodwaters brought by the Typhoon Carina enhanced Habagat inundate the area as of 1:20 p.m., rendering it impassable on Wednesday. State Weather Bureau PAGASA raised the red rainfall warning over Metro Manila and nearby areas as authorities declared the capital region under a state of calamity. Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos on Wednesday recommended to President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. the declaration of a state of calamity in Metro Manila amid the massive flooding. The declaration of a state of calamity enables the local government to access emergency funds swiftly and implement relief operations to aid the displaced residents. Large portions of Metro Manila and nearby provinces were flooded on Wednesday amid the heavy overnight rains brought by the southwest monsoon or Habagat that was enhanced by Typhoon Carina in the north. In his report during the briefing, Abalos showed photos of flooding in cities in Metro Manila. Abalos specifically mentioned to Marcos that 70% of Navotas City, 80% of Malabon City, and 60% of Valenzuela City are experiencing flooding. According to Abalos, the mayors of the said cities are on top of the situation and the evacuation of their residents is ongoing. After Abalos' report, Marcos acknowledged the situation in the national capital region. PAGASA on Wednesday morning issued a red warning for torrential rains due to the Habagat enhanced by Typhoon Carina, which could cause flooding and landslides in Metro Manila and parts of Luzon. As of 11 a.m., the red warning was up over the capital region, Rizal, Bataan, Bulacan, Pampanga, and Zambales. Serious flooding and landslides are expected in areas prone to these hazards, PAGASA said. The weather agency raised an orange warning for intense rains over Tarlac, where flooding is still threatening. Yellow warning for heavy rains was up over Cavite, Batangas, Laguna, Nueva Ecija, and Quezon towns such as General Nacar, Infanta, Real, Mauban, and Sampa Loc. Meanwhile, light to moderate with occasional heavy rains are affecting the remaining parts of Quezon, which may persist for 3 hours. Stronger Karina may become a super typhoon, and La Mesa Dam nears overflow. Typhoon Carina continues to intensify Wednesday morning and may reach super typhoon status before it makes landfall in Taiwan, Weather Bureau PAGASA said. As of 10 a.m., the center of the eye of Typhoon Carina was estimated based on all available data at 345 kilometers north-northeast of it at Batons. Packing 165 kilometers per hour winds and gusts of up to 205 kilometers per hour, the typhoon is forecast to steadily intensify and may reach its peak intensity before its landfall over Taiwan due to its favorable environment. Tropical cyclone wind signals number 2, forecasting gale force winds of up to 88 kilometers per hour remains in effect over Batons. The Weather Bureau said some 50 to 100 millimeters of accumulated rainfall is forecast to affect Batons and Babuyan Islands from Wednesday to Thursday noon. PAGASA warned the southwest monsoon or Habagat enhanced by Karina will bring moderate to intense rainfall over various localities in the western portion of Luzon today through Friday. Habagat exacerbated by Karina will also bring strong wind gusts, especially in wind-affected coastal and highland areas. The local government of Marikina earlier said it would implement forced evacuations after the Marikina River water level reached the third alarm of 18 meters as of 10 a.m. PAGASA hydrologist Elmer Caringal warned several villages in Quezon City and Valenzuela are set to experience more floods as La Mesa Dam nears an overflow level of 80.15 meters. As of 8 a.m. Wednesday, La Mesa Dam's water level was at 78.15 meters. Areas and barangays that will be affected once the dam reaches overflow are Fairview, Forest Hills Subdivision, Quirino Highway, Capri, Goodwill Homes, Santa Quiteria, and Barangay San Bartolome in Quezon City. Some areas in Valenzuela and Malabon will also be affected in case the dam overflows. Caringal said the Binga Dam in Benguet and the IPO Dam in Norzagare, Bulacan have already released water after reaching spill levels. He noted water from the Binga Dam will reach the San Roque Dam, which has a low elevation and needs more water. The IPO Dam has opened one gate at a height of 30 millimeters at 11 o'clock a.m. It is possible that several areas will be affected by flooding. Residents are advised to prepare for flooding and prioritize safety to minimize unwanted incidents.
Straight lang.